Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Petrie. I'm VP of Research at BARC, a global research and consulting firm. Very pleased to have the opportunity today to speak with Brice Miranda of Servier. Brice, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to you.
Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about your role with Servier, your title,
Yeah.
and roles and responsibilities. Then we'll dig into specifically what you're doing with AI innovation as it relates to Google Cloud.
Yeah, with pleasure. So again, I'm Brice Miranda. I'm the Group Chief Data and AI Officer, and my main objective is really to accelerate significantly the data and AI transformation of Servier from R&D to promotion, going through industry, supply chain, and support functions.
Okay. Very good. So healthcare and life sciences, your focus industry, I think is fascinating. We know for decades there was the struggle to get to digitized records, and so there are things kind of holding back the digital transformation. But here we are in 2026, and healthcare organizations are not just the only part of the economy, at least in the US, that's adding jobs and growing, but they're also far ahead with AI innovation. At BARC, we found that 55% of organizations in healthcare and life sciences are in production now with agents, and that's ahead of other sectors. That's ahead of the overall market. So I think this will be a very interesting and educational conversation because I'm sure there are things that you're doing that other sectors can learn from.
Okay.
So maybe tell us a little bit about Servier in terms of the company's background, your mission, and so forth, and then we can get into how artificial intelligence and Google play into that.
Yeah, with pleasure. So Servier is a global pharmaceutical company. We were founding 70 years ago in France, but we are now present in 140 countries. We employ 20,000 people and talents over the world. Maybe one word on our therapeutic areas. We are on first cardiometabolism and venous diseases. Second, oncology, and especially rare cancers. And third, we are now entering into neurology. And maybe one last word, what makes us really different is that we are governed by the fact that we are governed by a foundation. And this foundation helps us to put the patient at the center of everything we do, with long-term investment, etc., because we don't have shareholders, usual shareholders.
Very interesting. That helps clarify the mission.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about why you partnered with Google Cloud and what the specific use case and implementation has been since that decision.
Yeah. So first, we do think this partnership is a real competitive advantage to achieve the data and AI transformation and the goals. So why did you choose Google Cloud? We choose Google and Google Cloud because first of their great data and AI native capabilities, world class. Second, because of their culture fit with Servier. This was very important for us in our decision. Okay. And third, because we wanted to benefit from the power of the whole Alphabet group and its, let's say, dedication to great science.
Very good. Very good. What were the alternatives that you looked at?
Well, the usual ones. I don't want to mention them, but the usual ones from, let's say, hyperscalers to let's say, dedicated partners. You all know.
Okay, that sounds good. And then in terms of the specific use cases that you are addressing and the implementation process, walk us through that.
Yeah, what we have now, because maybe I have to mention that we need to build foundations before we go to AI. So what we did with Google Cloud is that we built a state-of-the-art data platform, including, based on GCP, obviously, with the flagships, BigQuery, Vertex AI, Gemini models, GPU on demand. But we augmented that with some very innovative startups. And with that asset, we are ready now to, let's say, we have a roadmap of 60 AI and agent use case, very complex and very specialized, plus the usual roadmap of what we call everyday life, AI and agents, both of them. So this is where we stand. So this is ongoing. We already delivered on the specialized 10, for instance. We will deliver 20 this year, etc., etc.
So how have you prioritized? When we work with clients and in our research, we always emphasize catalog all your use cases, talking with the business owners, and then prioritize based on timeline, risk, upside, and start small. So start with lower risk, demonstrable value in a short time frame, so you can get that beachhead of success and kind of go from there. Is that a similar thinking in terms of how you prioritize use cases?
It's not always easy to prioritize. Let's face it.
It's true.
Because everybody wants to progress on AI. But what we do first, we prioritize by business. We say, okay, we have some resource allocation for R&D, for industry, for supply chain, for promotions, etc. This is the first step of prioritization. And then inside this business, we use the usual matrix. We want some quick wins, we want some game changers, we want some moonshots, and then we try to mix to have a good marketing mix, I would say, of quick wins plus game changers plus moonshots.
Okay, good. Moonshots is right in keeping with the Google philosophy.
Yeah, I told you we have a culture fit.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. So across sectors, we're finding that the big three obstacles to AI success are data quality, getting overdue recognition for its importance, systems integration, and then skill gaps, figuring out who should do what and how skilled they are to do that within a new AI-driven operating model.
Yeah.
How does that map to your obstacles? Tell us about your biggest challenges and how you overcame them.
Yeah, I would mention two challenges for us. First, very classical data governance. So we are used to say in Servier that we cannot have good AI without good data, and you cannot have good data without good data governance. So we are working hard on it, and we are currently implementing a very new and strong operating model to fix that data governance thing in order to benefit it at the AI stack and level. So this is the first challenge. The second challenge is really change management and adoption. You can build the greatest AI tool on earth. If it's not used, the value for the company is zero. So this is also an everyday challenge, and we are working on it through what we call our data and AI product owners and data and AI product manager, which are, let's say, incentived to strengthen adoption and then to strengthen value for the company.
Okay, good. So tell us about the before and the after view of engaging with Google Cloud. What was it like before you got rolling, implemented this, established systems on Google Cloud, and then after?
Yeah, in a nutshell, very basically, before we had siloed data, we had unreliable data, and we had almost no AI capabilities. And after that, our data is centralized, historicized, so we can process it easily, train AI models. It's a single source of truth, and we have strong AI capabilities. And the result, it's the roadmap I mentioned to you, because this is the foundation. So this and the roadmap is only feasible because we have this prerequisite and this foundation available.
So that is very interesting. So you physically consolidated all your data onto Google Cloud, all the relevant analytical and AI data?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's certainly the simplest way to have all the AI source data in one place.
Yeah.
We find a lot of companies struggle to get some of their source data off premises, especially unstructured stuff. It's got a lot of data gravity associated with it. Did you have that kind of challenge, or you found that the stuff you needed was pretty mobile?
The chance we had is that our legacy on let's say data warehouses, etc., was not easy. So we were starting from a the page.
Okay. That helps.
And that helps, yeah. So yeah, we had some migration, but from IT tool directly to the one data platform I mentioned, and we didn't have some legacy migration to perform. Okay. Not so much. Small ones, but not so much.
Yeah, very interesting. Can you talk about some metrics for success? The business results that you've achieved with this?
Yeah, so then I will check because I don't want to make any mistakes. Okay, on R&D, our objective is really maybe, because I will mention R&D metrics. So on R&D, our overall objective is to double the probability of success, which is, in pharmaceutical, 2-3% when you start the research, so very low. And we want to reduce the R&D cycle by 20%. So this is the overall KPI and objectives. And I will mention two main results. So on cohort selection in development, we went through 30 hours before, and now it's questions of seconds, 3 to 10 seconds, 30 hours, 3 to 10 seconds. And on what we call genomic processing, trying to simulate by machine learning and AI the fusion of genes, etc., It was before 4 weeks, now it's 4 days. 4 weeks,
Wow.
4 days. So this is quantified metrics, not to mention, and I don't have the numbers, the exact numbers, that the price of all of this is much cheaper and much affordable than before. Much more affordable.
Very interesting. So you were able to pursue existing paths more efficiently, achieve things in less time.
Yeah.
Presumably that frees up resources to tackle new, exciting projects as well.
Yeah.
And so do you think there are ways in which in the future, looking at AI, looking at the Google Cloud ecosystem, AI could open up entirely new paths, new business lines, new revenue sources, and so forth? A lot of folks start with the productivity and efficiency play.
But for us, it's not. I mean, our objectives are not only productivity. Productivity is one objective.
Yeah.
The second objective is really to enhance the, let's say, the relationship we have with HCPs and patients,
Okay.
and make it better and more efficient, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And the third objective is to accelerate therapeutic innovation. This is the art of everything in pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm.
And really, AI, it's a no-brainer now. You know, you won't find breakthrough science if you're not using AI. All the breakthrough science which can be discovered without AI has already been discovered.
Yeah.
Now you want to make breakthrough science, use AI or die.
Very clear advice. I like that. So, in terms of what's next with Google Cloud, do you have any other thoughts on what you want to do next in terms of your partnership with them?
I mean, we should start to maintain our state-of-the-art data platform, and we should continue to leverage on the overall partnership with the Alphabet Group and some great life science collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
Some I can mention, some I cannot disclose, but this is both part of the partnership, the
Yeah.
tech and the science.
Are there announcements you've heard today that you're going to be digging into?
Yeah, obviously, everything related to BigQuery, which is becoming, with all these talk to my data things, because we have a lot of data which is well prepared, but now if we can talk in natural language, we can scale the results and we can scale the value, the graph as well. So everything related to BigQuery and everything related to Vertex AI, which is now agent platform, if I well understood.
Yeah, yep. Little name change adjustments. So another interesting thought I had was we find a majority of healthcare and life sciences organizations, 50%, 57% in this case, which is well above average, use AI for document analysis. And healthcare and life sciences also leads with HR, with AI-driven human resources management, talent management. Are you looking at those use cases? Can you elaborate on what you might be doing there?
Yes, we are, but back to our conversation earlier, we have to prioritize.
Yes.
So let's say that HR things, we're starting. We're only starting. We are at the phase to identify the use case, etc., etc. While in R&D, we started 2, 3, 4 years ago, and we have a big track record.
Okay. Well, Brice, this has been very educational. Really appreciate you taking the time. In conclusion, are there one or two key points you'd add to CDOs, chief AI officers that are here? What are things that they can learn from your success with Google Cloud Platform across sectors?
Yeah. Start with the foundations.
Okay.
Because otherwise
I love that
you will
one.
not succeed. Start with the foundations. Be patient then.
Yeah.
And then partnership. Partnership is a good way to success compared to just buy a solution or just make it yourself. Partnership is.
We see a huge premium on external expertise, bringing that in to help accelerate AI initiatives.
But co-development and not just buying a tool you can buy at the market.
Good. Brice, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Yeah.